Okay. Let's give everyone a couple of minutes. Well, not really a couple of minutes, but just let's give everything time to make sure it goes. Okay. Hey, Seguado, how are you doing? The last class of the day ends. I don't feel like going to the mansion right away, so I just blankly stare out of the window overlooking the school grounds. The classroom is dyed orange by the sunset. It's like red watercolor paint, and it hurts my eyes. I don't like red. It feels like it soaks deep into the back of my eyes, and I want to throw up. It seems I am weak against things that resemble blood. No, I should say I'm weak against blood itself. 8 years ago, I had a near-death experience. I was in an accident where I was injured in the chest, and I teetered between life and death for days. I should have died instantly, but miraculously, I survived. Maybe it's because of that great medical treatment. However, the injuries were so severe that I don't even remember the accident. 8 years ago, when I was a child. I thought it passed right through the middle of my chest, then I passed out. When I woke up, I was in the hospital bed. All I could remember afterwards was the pain and the cold. I don't remember much of the accident, but even today the scar on my chest remains. I guess numerous fragments of glass pierced my chest, leaving burn-like scars there and in my back. Actually, I was quite surprised at being saved. Ever since then, I frequently collapse from an anemia-like dizziness and cause a lot of trouble for others. Maybe that's why my old man believed I was unfit to be the heir of the Tono household and entrusted me to our relatives. Yay, daddy issues! The wound on my chest, huh? The huge scar in the middle of my chest, hidden from view by my uniform. Now that I think about it, and after that accident was when I started to see those lines. I am able to forget them thanks to the glasses that Sensei gave me. But I think I would have completely gone mad if I had never met her. Keiko-san, the person who had been my mother up until now, said when I left the Tono household wasn't normal. No problem. I'm not a normal person myself. Adjusting my crooked glasses, I picked up my bag. I can't stay in this classroom forever. Now then. Okay, create a save game. Because one or two. Get a hold of myself and head back to the mansion. Stay in school for a little longer. This feels like something's gonna happen. And you're gonna head to the mansion eventually, so. Music! Oh yeah, my volume was down. Sorry, it was just the music was a bit loud for me, so I was trying to fix it. Didn't want another situation like that other game I played where it's just 15 minutes of blaring loud music that nobody can hear me. Yeah, I posted that VOD the other day. Uh, it's quite jarring, but anyways, I should get back to this. Already read this part. Do you have some business here at the second year classrooms? Yes, business with the second year student to be precise. CL Senpai approaches with a smile. Listen, I have some nice snacks here, but no one to talk to. It would be a waste to eat them all by myself, so I came to catch an idle-looking person to talk to. Someone to talk to? But there's no one left in the classroom. It's the same with all the other classes too. You don't usually come to the second year classrooms anyway, do you? You're on the lower floor, right? And if she wants someone to talk to, aren't there plenty of third year classmates she could talk to? She really didn't have to come all the way up here. I wonder why she would do that. Think, Shiki. Shouldn't you think about asking your third year classmates? Conversation would probably be better. My god, even I don't fumble this hard. And I'm a pretty hard fumbler. God. Yes, but today I'm in the mood to talk to younger guys. Ah, a predator. Please don't ask for a reason. It's just on a whim. Well, I won't ask. I probably wouldn't be able to understand even if she told me. Senpai's smile disappeared as she stared into my face. Are you free right now, Tono-kun? Well, if you have nothing to do... If having nothing to do means I'm free, then I'm definitely free. Senpai grabs hold of my sleeve. Well then, you are now caught. Let's go have some tea. Senpai invites me with a smile. There's no reason for me to decline the offer. And besides, it should be fun talking with Senpai. Sure, I'll come along, if it's okay with you. Then it's decided. Alright, let's go. Still holding my sleeve, she begins walking down the hallway with a light gait. Fireworks. Can you hear them in the background? Wow. Our school has a room like this? Could it be for the tea ceremony club? Just the tea ceremony club's it's the tea ceremony club's room for now. Seems like it hasn't been used up until I came, though. Senpai steps onto the tatami mat and starts preparations with a rattling noise. Clubroom, huh? That's the case. Won't the other club members be coming? It'd be bad for an outsider like me to be here, right, Senpai? It's okay. It may be for the tea ceremony club, but there aren't any other members except for me. Thanks to that, I can use it freely during break time and after school. Here we go. Smiling, Senpai begins spreading the cushions. Tea is tea, but it looks like this is really going to be a serious tea ceremony. To be honest, I'm a bit overwhelmed. Senpai, I don't have the slightest clue what to do. What are you talking about? I only know up to the pouring bit myself. With that blunt reply, Senpai puts the teapot, some cups, and some tea cakes onto a plate. We are just going to have a casual conversation, so there's no need to be so formal. It isn't any fun that way, is it? Smiling softly, Senpai pours tea into her own cup. I just don't get you, Senpai. Mumbling, I pour my own tea. I slurp some. Picking up the tea cake and putting it in my mouth, I sip again and add the tea. I was never involved with it, but the Arima family is a prominent tea ceremony family. Being raised in a household like that, I'm used to drinking tea and doing nothing. Be gone from here, Stream Boo. You have come to me many times, and many times I reject you. You have no place in these lands, you AI fake viewer bot thing. Be gone from my sight now, or may I smite you with my divine wrath. But I'm not gonna complain about the comment. A comment's a comment, and that benefits me regardless, so let's go! What's wrong, senpai? You look a bit unhappy. Eh? I was just a little surprised at how calm you were about all of this, Tono-kun. Really? Well, my family's a strict one, so I'm used to these kinds of things. More importantly, senpai, didn't you have something you wanted to talk to me about? I do. The continuation of what we were talking about during lunch. What we were talking about during lunch? You mean about my family? Senpai nods to indicate a yes. If you don't mind, I would like to hear more about it. I was curious about it since we stopped halfway. It's not that I mind, but hearing about my family isn't very interesting. It'd be a waste of time. I don't mind if it isn't. I don't mind if it's not interesting. I just want to hear about it. You sure are eccentric, senpai. Maybe I am, senpai laughs. Alright then, let's continue from before. You said you moved to your home. What do you mean by that? Senpai is full of curiosity. Well, the conversation this afternoon must have been pretty fragmented for Senpai since she didn't know any of the circumstances. Let's see. Basically, I'm a guy who's been disinherited. I was seriously injured after getting caught up in a traffic accident when I was 9 years old. The injuries themselves somehow healed, but after that I easily collapsed from anemia and threw up my food. That's why I was entrusted to my relatives, the Arimas, while I recuperated. So in other words, the Arimas have been your parents who raised you since you were 9, right? That's right. I knew my old man hated me for some reason, and that once I had been entrusted to the Arimas, I would never go back home. Go back to the Tono Mansion, that is. That's what I thought I'd just continue to live as the son of the Arimas forever. That's what I thought, but my old man kicked the bus recently. That's when they told me to return to the mansion, now that my old man is no longer there, and I finally agreed. And that pretty much is my domestic situation. I end my story like that. CL-senpai gives me a little nod, silently. May I just ask one thing? Sure, if I can answer it. Go ahead. Alright then, I'll ask. Did you dislike your previous family? My previous family, the Arimas who had raised me as my parents? My mother and father, who weren't my real parents, and the unfamiliar buildings, which without a doubt was home to strangers? But completely regardless of that, no, I like them. They were people who didn't care that I wasn't related to them by blood. They were so warm to me that I felt bad about being depressed all by myself. And for them to love me no matter what, I didn't think it was a bad thing. I was loved by these people. That's why soon, even one day sooner, I have to truly become family to them. I had been telling myself of those words since I was young. Since a very, very long time ago. Over and over I swore, till I would practically pass out. Just like Arcueid said, I didn't have a single complaint about the Arima family. They treated me well, and I think I responded to their affection too. Between us, even though I knew we were just playing at being family, even if it was all just an act, I didn't feel any pain. No, I was happy instead. In a way, I had considered the Arima's parents and me to be their ideal, to be the ideal nuclear family. But it was no good, was it? Yeah, despite everything, there was a line I couldn't cross. This isn't your real family, no matter what I did. I couldn't get those words out of my head. I knew I should have been ignoring it, but I just couldn't do it. I don't know if you'd call it a childhood experience. It had already become like a curse to me. Somehow, no matter where I was, I felt like a stranger to my family. Senpai is silent. Avoiding my gaze, she huddles her shoulders apologetically. See? It was boring after all, right? That's why I said it would be a waste of time. No, that's not true. It was a very meaningful story. Senpai forces a smile to try and diffuse the situation. But it was a little surprising because I thought of I thought of you as an easygoing person. Well, I basically am a pretty easygoing person. It's my personal philosophy to enjoy the present as much as possible. People are happier enjoying what is to come rather than being concerned about what happened before, right? Well, actually, that was an opinion I had inherited from Arihiko. Enjoy what is to come. That sounds nice. Senpai sips her tea with a very gentle smile. I follow Senpai's example and place my lips on the cup. The slurp, the bitter tea washes down my throat with just a hint of sweetness. I walk along a different path than the one I usually take. Passing through unfamiliar streets, I slowly approach the Tono mansion. The surroundings are not completely unfamiliar. After all, I had lived there until I was 9 years old, 8 years ago. This is not the first time I have taken this path back to the mansion. My feelings are a little complex. The path home is nostalgic yet fresh. Up until now, I had not looked forward to the return to the Tono household. Now it doesn't seem so bad. The house I lived in until I was 9 years old. Right now my sister, Akiha, is in that utterly un-Japanese Western-style mansion. Tono Makihisa, my old man who hated me, and the master of the Tono household, died a few days ago. My mother died from an illness after Akiha was born, so the Tonos had dwindled down to me and my sister. Being the eldest son, you would think I would stand to become the Tono heir, but I have no such privilege. To become the Tono heir means being bound by a strict upbringing. I have lost count of the number of times my father scolded me over my dislike of not being able to live freely. That was when I got involved in that accident. My body became weakened. My father saw it as a good opportunity to get rid of me. His reasoning was something along the lines of, someone who could die any moment can't become the heir, even if he is the eldest son. Sadly for my father, I betrayed his expectations by making a recovery. My sister Akiha was already deemed to be the heir to the Tono household. And so I've heard that Akiha, who was already being raised harshly in order to become a proper daughter of the Tono household, received an even harsher upbringing since then. That was a long time ago. I played together with Akiha in the mansion back before the accident. After that, I never saw her again. Apparently, Akiha tried to visit me a few times when I first was entrusted to the Arimas. Unfortunately, we were never able to meet because I had to go to the hospital every day. We completely lost contact after Akiha went to a boarding school. Unlike Akiha, I am isolated from the main family. That's why I can live freely like this. My high school is just an average high school and our chances of contact was pretty much zero. My old man died and I received word telling me to come back. To be blunt, I had no interest whatsoever of returning to the Tono household, but Akiha is at that house. When we were children, Akiha was an obedient child, always looking frightened, as if she were constantly enduring something. She would always follow close behind, her footsteps pattering behind me. She was frail, and her long black hair and fancy Western clothes made her resemble a French doll. I was worried about her living all alone in that big mansion with the old man gone. But more than anything, I feel guilty after pushing all the Tono family responsibilities on her and selfishly living a free life by myself. Perhaps my acceptance to return to the mansion is likely my apology to Akiha. The Tono mansion is unnecessarily big. Surrounded by iron railings, you could say the entire lot is abnormally expansive, being so large that a whole elementary school could fit inside. The garden, surrounded by trees, is more like a forest. The mansion is at the heart of that forest, and there are a few other buildings separate from it. I didn't think anything of it when I was a child, but now that I've lived in an ordinary household for 8 years, the excessive size feels almost criminal. Which is why we need to take down the rich. They should not be having these giant super mega mansions. They should live in regular houses once we distribute all their wealth to the populace. Thank you for listening to my socialist rant. The gates aren't locked. I push them open and head towards the mansion doors. Thank you, Saguaro. Bro. Good news for us, though. Elon Musk is no longer a trillionaire. SpaceX stock went down by 17%. So, at least they no longer have that. The rich are just. Well, he's still a several hundred billionaire, so. That's depressing, but he's no longer a trillionaire, so. Dead tower oppressively bearing down on any visitor. Beside the iron double doors is an unmatched doorbell. Is an unmatching doorbell. All right. Shaking off my nervousness, I press it. There isn't any affectionate ding-dong chime from the doorbell. The oppressive silence continues for a few seconds. Then the sound of pattering footsteps behind the door indicates someone's presence. We have been waiting for you. The door opens with a creak. Inside lay the lobby I remember, and a young girl in an apron. Thank goodness. You're so late I was beginning to worry that you had gotten lost. I was thinking about going out to meet you if you hadn't arrived by sunset. The girl in the anachronistic, I think that's how you say that, apron smiles warmly. Oh no, I'm so taken aback by her outdated mode of dress that I can't even form a proper sentence. Perhaps attributing my hesitation to distrust, the girl tilts her head a little. You're Shiki-sama, aren't you? Yeah, but you don't have to call me Sama. You are, right? Oh, please don't scare me like that. I was beginning to think I had made another mistake back there. The girl's mannerisms are like those of a mother scolding her child. In spite of that, there's a smile on her face, and it doesn't break the warm feeling about her. She wears an apron over her kimono. She comes out to greet guests and addresses someone like me with Sama. This must mean she's... Are you one of the maids here by chance? I wonder... What gave it away? Was it perhaps maybe the maid dress she's wearing? I don't know. The girl answered my question with nothing but a smile. Come, you must be tired. Please do come in. Akiya-sama is waiting for you in the sitting room. The girl quickly crosses the lobby and heads towards the sitting room. Turning back as if she just remembered something, she makes a bow, a full smile on her face. Welcome home, Shiki-sama. Her greeting is accompanied by her flower-like smile. I can't think of any reply, so I just follow her hesitatingly. Guided by the girl, I head to the sitting room. It's as if I'm seeing it for the first time. I don't know if I've forgotten about it in the last 8 years, or they had it refurbished since then. Either way, it feels like someone else's home now, and it's unsettling. As I'm looking around the sitting room, the maid in the apron lowers her head in a quick bow. I brought Shiki-sama with me. Well done. You may return to the kitchen, Kohaku. Thank you. It seems that the maid's name is Kohaku. Kohaku-san gives a small bow, as if to say farewell, and leaves the sitting room. This leaves me and 2 girls I don't recognize. It has been a long time, Nissan, says the girl with long black hair and sharp eyes. All my thought processes stop at once. My mind goes blank, and I can't think of any words of greeting. All I can do is nod with a yeah. I don't think it can be helped. This Akiha that I had not seen in 8 years is not the Akiha I remembered. She's completely transformed into a proper young lady of a noble family. Nissan? The black-haired girl tilts her head slightly. Pathetically, all I can say are dumb-sounding things. My mind is turning into somersaults. That's a funny image. As I try to recognize the girl before me as Akiha, but it seems like Akiha has already recognized me as her brother. You do not look well. Would you like to rest before we talk? Akiha throws a sharp glance in my direction. Is it just my imagination that she looks like she's in a bad mood? No, I think we can all see that she does not seem to be a very pleasant person. No, I'm alright. I was just surprised at how much you've changed, Akia. People do change over the course of 8 years, Nissan. We are at an age of change. Or did you think we would remain as we were forever? What is this? I can feel the thorns. I'm trying to read this, but I keep getting distracted by the fireworks. Where was I? I can feel the thorns in Akia's words. No, you've definitely changed, Akia. You've become more beautiful than before. That isn't flattery. It's how I really feel. Oh my gato incesto. Spoiler, she is actually the heroine of one of the many routes of this game. So yeah. Lovely. And, indeed. But you, on the other hand, have not changed much at all. Wow. Hey, you're beautiful now. And you're still an ugly bitch. Wow. It's how I feel around most people, to be fair, though. So, yeah, Shiki and me were not so different, him and I. Akia answered coldly, her eyes closed. Well, I came prepared for something like this. It is as I had thought. It seems Akia does not think well of me. If you are feeling well, let us finish our conversation. You have yet to hear the details about why you were called back here, Nissan. I've heard nothing more than a sudden come back to the mansion, though I found out the old man's passing away in the papers. That of a major company dies, it definitely makes it in the financial papers. Word of Tono Akihisa's death reaches his son, Tonoshiki, via the newspapers after the funeral. Oh. Even though his relatives hadn't told him, this disinherited son could pick up the newspapers. I'm sorry. I don't know, for some reason I'm just super having problems paying attention. Give me one moment, just focus. Even though his relatives hadn't told him, this disinherited son could pick up news of his father's death merely by buying a 100 yen newspaper. Might be cynical of me to say so, but the world has certainly become a convenient place. I'm sorry. It was my fault that you did not get the news about father. Akia quietly lowers her head. It's alright. Either way, it's not like he would have come back from the dead if I went. It's not something you should be worried about. I am sorry. It is somewhat comforting to hear you say that. Akia's face is serious, but this is not a topic I care much about. A funeral is a ceremony for those who cannot let go of their feelings for the deceased to achieve such detachment. For someone like me, who cut off such feelings a long time ago, there is no need. A long-winded way of saying he was dead to me 8 years ago. Calling you back here was my idea. It would be odd for the eldest son of the Tonos to be entrusted to the Arimas forever. Now that father has passed away, the only Tonos by blood are you and I, Nissan. I don't know what father was thinking when he entrusted you to the Arimas, but he's no longer with us, so there's no longer any need for you to live with them. That's why I had you come back here. That's all well and good, but I'm quite surprised you were able to get our relatives to agree to this. Wasn't it they who came up with the idea of leaving me with the Arimas in the first place? That may be so, but now I am the head of the Tono family. I decline every one of the proposals from our relatives. Oh no, incest is becoming more and more clear. I would like you to continue living here, Nissan, but this is a place with rules. You will avoid living the overly casual lifestyle you've been leading up till now. Haha, I'm afraid that isn't going to happen, Akia. There's no way I can go back to being some well-mannered gentleman now. Not that I want to. I will not ask more of you, but do try to, or are you saying you are unable to do what I already have? Akia shoots me a cold look. Neko Arc, canonically the strongest character in all of Type Moon. Or, no, is Neko Arc the second strongest? I always forget, there's so many interviews where, like, the author changes who the strongest character in Type Moon is. No, this is Akiha. Though she is actually debatably one of the stronger characters in Type Moon, though I don't think she reaches anywhere near the upper echelons. Alright, I get it. I'll try my best. Akia just stares at me, as if she doesn't quite believe me. You do not need to try, as long as you get the results. Her pose is dignified, her words merciless. Let's get back to the topic. Right now, you and I are the only ones living here. I do not care for having too many people around, so I cleared everyone out. Eh? Hold on a second, Akia. You cleared everyone out? That's right, she murdered them all in her sleep. You wouldn't want to run into one of our relatives in the mansion, would you, Nissan? I've put off most of the servants, but there are enough for you and I, so there are no problems. Wait, no problems? You're going to get attacked at our family meeting if you do something like that. Oh, please be quiet. Rather than have the mansion overflowing with people, wouldn't you feel more relaxed with the two of us here? Well, it's true that I would feel relaxed, but you've only just become the head of the family, Akia. If you go around abusing your powers like some kind of dictator, our relatives are not going to keep quiet. Even the old man didn't go against their opinions. Indeed. That's why Father entrusted you to the Arimas. I, on the other hand, have despised them ever since I was a child. I am not going to put up with their whining any longer. Not going to put up with... Look, Akiha. Enough! Just listen. You don't have to worry about me. Please. Just worry about your own life from now on, Nia-san. I can see it's going to be difficult for you in many ways. Akia said suddenly, looking away a little. Now then, if there's anything you don't understand, ask her, Hisui. Sorry. I'm just thinking about the Pokemon region. Anyway, where were we? Now then, if there's anything you don't understand, ask her, Hisui. She looks at the girl standing by her side. Oh, accidentally. The girl called Hisui bows expressionlessly. This is Hisui. She will be your personal maid from now on. Is that acceptable? Eh? Hold on, personal maid? You mean, in other words, she's your servant? Akia declares, as if it were obvious. I can't believe it. Fitting with the western style of the house, the girl in the maid outfit stands there, as if it is natural to do so. Hold on. I'm not a kid, you know. I don't need a servant. I can take care of myself. Will that include cooking and the laundry? Akia's pretty sharp at pointing these things out. At any rate, now that you're returning to this house, you will obey my directions. Dictator Akiha. I don't know how you've lived at the Arima's house, but you're living at the Tono house now. Please accept everything given to you. I can't say anything, and my eyes drift towards... I think that's a typo? Okay. And my eyes drift towards Hisui. As expected, she simply looks back at me expressionless like a doll. Well then, Hisui. Please show Nissan to his room. Yes, my lady. Hisui approaches me with a shadow-like lack of a presence. I will guide you to your room, Shiki-sama. Hisui heads towards the lobby. Sighing, I head off towards the lobby as well. We enter the lobby. This mansion is split into east and west wings with the lobby in the middle. The lobby is like the body of a bird whose wings are the halls extending diagonally to the east and west. Each wing is about the size of a small hospital. I remember the house is constructed symmetrically, so both the east and west wings have the same floor plan. Your room is this way, Shiki-sama. Hisui climbs up a flight of stairs. It seems like my room is on the second floor. Come to think of it, the servants' rooms should be on the first floor of the west wing, so that's probably where Hisui and Kohaku-san's rooms are. Outside, the sun is already set. The girl in the maid uniform walks down the long, dimly lit hallway without a word. Kind of feels like Wonderland. Without thinking, I let my thoughts slip out. Did you say something, Shiki-sama? Hisui stops and looks back at me. No, I was just talking to myself. Don't worry about it. After staring at me, Hisui bows and starts walking again. I guess this is what they call being at a loss for words. The room Hisui led me to is not one made for a mere high school student to live in. Is this my room? Yes. If you are displeased with it, I can arrange for a different one for you. No, there's no way I could be displeased with it. It's not just a little. No, really too fancy for me. Shiki-sama, it's fine. I'll gladly use this room. Yes. This room has not been touched since 8 years ago, so I do not believe you will find anything unsatisfactory with it. There's something a little odd about the way Hisui said that. It's as if she was implying this was once my room. Hey, is this by any chance my old room? That is what I have been told. Am I mistaken? Hisui inclines her head to the side slightly. I feel relieved. Seems this girl can express emotion after all. Ah, she's not a perfect kudere, eh? Such disappointment. Anyways, where were we? Well, it might be now that you mention it. I do remember it faintly, so it must be so. I can't feel any sense of familiarity about this place at all, but I guess that's what it's like after you leave a place for 8 years. I can't get settled here, though. I was living in a 6.5 mat-sized room until this morning. It's like I'm staying in some high-class hotel. I understand how you feel, but please try to get used to it. From today onwards, you are the eldest son of the Tono household, Shiki-sama. You're right. I'm going to do my best so I at least look like it on the outside. With a thump, I dropped my bag on the table and stretched my back. I've been feeling a little stressed out with everything that's happened so far, but I guess I've got no choice but to adjust from today onwards. Shiki-sama, all your luggage has been brought here. Is there anything more you require? No, not really. Why do you ask? There was very little derived. If there's anything you need... Oh, did I say derived? I meant to say delivered. Anyway, where was that should be my catchphrase for reading this. I've said, anyways, where was I, like 5 times during this stream. I don't want to say it again, but every time I go on a tangent, I feel tempted to say it. We're going back to where we were. That's a different thing to say. If there's anything you need, I can have it prepared, so please do not hesitate to ask. I see. No, I don't need anything more for now. I didn't have much luggage to begin with. My luggage is just this bag, these glasses, and the textbooks in my bag, and that white ribbon with an unidentified owner. That's all. Anyways, you don't have to worry about the luggage. This fancy room is more than enough for me. I understand. Well then, I shall come to call you in an hour's time. An hour? For dinner, you mean? Yes. Please relax until then. As expected, Hisui says everything with an expressionless face. But even if she tells me to relax, just how am I supposed to do that here? The clock says it's 6 o'clock. Usually I'd be watching TV in the sitting room around this time, but I'm having serious doubts as to whether there's any such thing in this mansion. Isui? I know it's kind of a trivial thing to ask about, but is there a television in this mansion? A television? Sui's eyes narrow slightly. No, I'm the one who's asking. Would it really is a stupid question. I feel there's something wrong with asking about the presence of a TV in a luxurious mansion like this. Sui makes a rare troubled face and stares off into space. There is no television in the sitting room. Some of the visitors did make use of one, but when they departed, they packed it up with their luggage and took it back with them, so I do not believe there are any remaining. Hold on. Visitors? Like who? For how long? Relatives. The eldest son of the Kugamine-sama. Oh god, I'm having... Every time they come up with a complicated name, my uncultured American ass just has like an aneurysm, and I can't read it for some goddamn reason. The eldest son of Kugamine-sama from a branch of the family, Tozaki-sama's third daughter and her fiance, Kashima-sama's eldest son, came to stay for close to 3 years. Thank God that's over. Can't believe I'm having a harder time just reading than I was playing in video games on extra hard mode. God, my generation is screwed. Three years, huh? Zui, that's what you call freeloaders, not visitors. Sui does not reply. No matter what kind of people these freeloaders were, it seems that servants can't say anything bad about them. Well, at any rate, it seems like those relatives had brought and taken back their own luggage with them. My old man hated the products of modern culture, thinking them all vulgar. There's no way he would ever watch a TV. Akia, who had been educated by him for the last 8 years, would probably be the same. Yes, Aguaro, I probably am dyslexic. And, Skydam. Waza. Pa. Not sure how to respond to that. Anyways, I was about to say it for another time. God. Okay. Sorry, let's get back to reading. Well, it's not like I'll die without one. Isui is silent. Like a perfect example for servants, Usui says nothing unless he is being asked a direct question. This is, of course, kind of depressing for me. I want to make that expressionless face break into a smile somehow, but that seems impossible with just any old half-hearted effort. Oh, there was a library on the first floor on the west wing, wasn't there? Maybe I'll go find something to read when I have some free time. Sui does not reply. She just stands there in the doorway. I can't even tell where she's looking. Sui? Sui doesn't say a word. Suddenly, she looks straight at me. I believe there is one in Nissan's room. Huh? I have no idea what she's talking about. A television! There's one of what? A television. I predicted it. Maybe I can read. Maybe there's hope for my generation yet. Sui says, as if remembering something from many years ago. Hold on. Nissan? Don't tell me you're talking about Kohako-san. Yes. Right now, the only people working at this mansion are Nissan and I. Now that she mentions it, they do look alike. I just couldn't connect them as sisters because Kohako-san is always smiling so warmly, and Isui is always expressionless. I'm pretty early in, but I'm liking it so far. Can't wait until I see Arcueid and CL. Well, we already seen CL, but not, like, what she's known for. And I know a fair bit of the story from, spoilers from other Type Moon media and whatnot, like Grand Order, but this is my first time playing it, so there is plenty of stuff I don't know. I see, Koaku-san does look like the type of person who'd watch those variety shows, but I balk at going to Koaku-san's room to tell her, "Let me watch your TV." Sorry, just forget I ever asked. After all, I'll be living here from now on, so I've got to follow the rules of the mansion. God knows what sort of cynical comment I'd be in for from Akia if I started watching television. It seems like I'll be leading a scholarly student life, fit for a member of the Tono family from now on. Alright, I'll be in my room until dinner. So just come and call me when it's time. You've got other things to do, don't you, Hisui? Hisui nods in assent and turns around. Yeah, I intend to, because I vaguely remember something about, like, those two being, like, the ones you should read first, and then follow with the 3 other heroines. Though I'm not playing with a guide, so I might accidentally make the wrong decisions that lead to one of the other heroine routes. Silently open the door, she leaves the room. Dinner takes place with Akia and I being face to face. I guess it's natural here, as Hisui and Kohaku-san do not eat with us, standing behind us to tend to our needs. I thought it would be natural if all 4 of us ate together. So you could say I'm caught off guard by this inexplicably tense dinner. I'm sorry, I can't speak. I should mention at this point that I've totally forgotten anything related to table manners by now. Well, I do remember little pieces, so it's not like I'm a complete amateur, but humans tend to pack away unused memories into the corner of their minds. The tension was actually quite thrilling, with every one of my moments causing Akiha to raise an eyebrow. When I think about how I'll have to go through this every day, though, it's really depressing. Finishing dinner, I return to my room. It's still only just past 8 at night. It's too early to sleep, so what should I do? Opinions, anyone? Go to the sitting room, stay in my own room, go watch TV. Well, we wanted to watch TV earlier. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Let's see, Kohaku-san's room is here, isn't it? Knock knock. I knock on her door. Kohaku-san, are you there? Yes, please hold for a minute. I hear a cheerful voice from inside the room. I wait for about 3 minutes. Kohaku-san opens the door and pokes her head out. Oh, it's you, Shiki-sama. What are you doing here at this time? Oh, well, I was wondering if you'd let me watch your TV. Eh? Kohaku-san gives me a bewildered look. Well, there's no TV in this house, is there? I've been living in a normal house up until now, so it's become a daily routine for me to watch TV after dinner. I guess I can't calm down without watching it or something like that, so the more I say, the more I realize I'm doing something stupid. There is something not right about barging into a lady's room demanding to watch her TV. Look, even Kohaku-san is just standing there, looking bewildered. Wait, no she's not. Hahaha, I guess you're right. You've been living at the Arima household up until yesterday, after all. You must think this mansion to be You must think this mansion to be kind of depressing after moving here all of a sudden. Kohaku-san gives a cheerful laugh. Let's see. Have you talked to Akiha and Hisui about this yet? You mean about coming to your room, Kohaku-san? Kohaku-san nods. No, I haven't talked to anyone about it yet. What about it? No, it's nothing. It's just that I would have to turn you away if you had already talked to them about it. Smiling while she speaks, Kohaku-san looks up and down the hallway. Luckily for us, there isn't anybody else around. Please hurry up and come in. It'll be troublesome if we're caught. A man and a woman sharing a room? At night? How scandalous. Ooh. Please just sit anywhere. I'll go make some tea. Coughing to clear my throat, I take a seat. There are all sorts of little things in Kohaku-san's room. It might be thought of as a bit messy for a girl's room. There aren't really many things you could call cute, and what she does have is a lot of things that don't look very useful, rather as an atmosphere of a room belonging to an orderly, scholarly person. Buried in the miscellaneous objects, I find the TV. On top of the table is the remote. Maybe Gokaku-san has been watching the TV until just now. Thanks for waiting. Tea is fine for you, isn't it, Shiki-sama? Ah, thank you. Please don't mind me too much. Oh no, not at all. I'm sorry, I can't do much to treat you. Gokaku-san says so, smiling warmly. So the TV? What do you watch around this time, Shiki-sama? I don't have any set programs in particular, but the news is a pretty basic one. I like to hear new trends, and I like snob stories. Yes, that's so. You seem like a very laid-back person, so I thought you'd be reading after dinner or something. Haha, no, I don't have such refined interests. I don't consider myself laid-back either, but maybe that's just the impression I give with my glasses. Didn't he literally just tell CL earlier that he's laid back? I don't know. Maybe this is one of those hypocrite things. I don't know. Let's move on. Ah, you wear glasses, Shiki-sama? Akiya-sama didn't say anything about that at all, so I was quite surprised when I saw you at the door. I see. I haven't met Akiya since I started wearing these glasses. These glasses are just for show. I guess you could say my eyes are bad, but I think my vision is better than that of most people. It's not because I studied too much and went nearsighted or anything. Ah, crap. I had an intellectual image, but did I disappoint you? Not at all. I enjoy watching TV more than reading too. I'm glad that you're an energetic person, just like I thought you were. Ah, yeah, thanks. I'm a little embarrassed, faced directly with Kawakasan's carefree smile. Yeah, I can't help but feel a little nervous. I'm sorry. You came to watch the news, didn't you? Kawakasan switches the TV on. It's already 9 o'clock. The news, as it usually does, reports the day's events with a little exaggeration. Oh dear. Looks like there's been another one of those serial murders. Kawakasan says to herself while sitting next to me, sounding not the least bit concerned. The news is running a special featuring on the serial killings. The serial murders, which began in the neighboring town, are now beginning to be concentrated within this town. It's a pretty simple story. Late at night, he attacks young girls indiscriminately, and in the end, he drains their blood. It seems like the last night's victims is the 9th one so far. I wonder what the police are doing about it. Who knows? It would seem pretty easy to catch a murderer who comes out at night, but maybe he's really careful so they can't trace him. Wouldn't it be harder to track a killer that comes out at night because of all the darkness, but I digress. You could be right. The clues about murderers build up as they kill more people, so if they haven't caught him even after 9 murders, he must be really carefully preparing for the killings. A careful killer, huh? Or aren't these killings spontaneous crimes? It's quite strange to think of them as being carefully prepared. You're right. If there's no evidence left at all, maybe he's not a random killer at all. I can only think that he's got it all planned out from the start for execution. Sorry, I just sent that burning in my eyes. I see. But then what would be the point of killing those 9 girls? Are they friends of his? Acquaintances? Probably not. If there were connections like that, then I think the police would have realized it by now. I suppose it's an incomprehensible case without motive or connections. Kawakasan's all of this disturbing stuff with a smile. It seems she's not really worried about this case. These murders are happening right here in this town, Kawakasan. You're a young girl and all, so aren't you even a little scared? I'll be fine since the killer only appears late at night. If I don't go out at night, I won't run into him. Kawakasan really is a clear thinker. It is perhaps a bit of a raw explanation, but I suppose that's how a mere news story should be treated. Sorry for intruding on you. I'll be counting on you again the next time I feel like watching TV. Sure, I'll be waiting. Kawako-san looks up and down the hallway. I'd like to escort you back to your room, but Hisui-chan is waiting there. So I'll have to say goodbye here. Okay. Good night. I had no idea bedtime at the mansion was at 10. Apparently there's some kind of unwritten rule here that one is not to be out of the room after 10. Still so formal here, even with the old man gone. Well, I guess it's only natural. I'm also getting tired from my unfamiliarity with this mansion, so I immediately returned to my room. When I returned to my room, my bed has been made. Did Hisui do it while I was away? I'm glad she did, but it's really more than I deserve. There. I scratched my cheek, then. Are you there, Shiki-sama? I can hear Hisui's voice along with a knock at the door. Well, he can't. Remember? First of all, he's just a regular student, and the one who controls the family is his sister, who also, at least from what he said, probably also hates TV like his father, so she won't be willing to lend him any of the family money. So yeah. He just has to go sneak into a girl's room every night. For much more innocent reasons than most people would sneak into a girl's room for, so we can give him that credit. Yeah, I'm here. Come in. Excuse me. Good evening. Thanks for making my bed, Hisui. Hisui quietly nods in acceptance. Ugh. Just as I thought. I'm not used to this. Is there anything else you want to tell me? Nothing from me, but Akiya-sama has instructed me to answer any questions you may have. I see. There are many things I want to ask, but I'll probably get to know them as I continue to live here. Yeah. What I want to know right now, before I sleep, is it true that the curfew here is 7? Yes. The main gate is locked at 7, and all the entrances to the mansion are to be locked at 8. It is also ruled that one must try not to go walking around in the mansion after 10. Not even walking around the mansion? Well, I've got no complaint with that, but isn't that kind of harsh? Akiya and I aren't children, so I don't think you'd have to go that far, indeed. It is ruled, however, so please abide by it. You are aware of the recent disturbances at night, are you not, Shiki-san? And that vampire thing Arahiko was talking about. Well, as long as something like that is happening, I guess it's better to be safe than sorry. What else? Oh, do you mind if I ask an off-topic question? Yes, what is it? I'd like to know what kind of work you and Kohaku-san do around here. I am here to serve Shiki-sama's needs, and my sister Kohaku to serve Lady Akiya-sama. In our spare time, we do the maintenance chores around the mansion. Is there anything more you would like to know? To serve. So that's what it is after all. My shoulders suddenly feel heavier. It seems completely natural to Akiya when she said it. But I'm nothing more than a normal high school student. I have no interest in having a girl around my age serving me, at least not for now. By serving me, you mean you're a personal servant? Yes, please do not hesitate to ask anything of me. Well, I get it. Talking about Akiya was talking about you. It doesn't seem like I can dismiss you, so I'll just obediently let you serve me. Is there anything in particular you would like? Nothing in particular, but you could stop calling me Shiki-sama. Sorry. To be honest, I get chills down my back when I hear it. But Shiki-sama, you are my master. That's what I'm saying I hate. I've been living a normal life up until yesterday. I have no desire to start living a life where a girl my age addresses me with Sama. I see, Suzuki's response was less than enthusiastic. Just call me Shiki, and in exchange, I'll call you Hisui. Let's do away with formalities and be more casual with one another. Still expressionless, Hisui lowers her eyebrows as if she is being troubled. But you are my employer. It's not like I'm hiring you. You're the one doing the things I can't, so you're the great one. I see. Hisui gives another unenthusiastic reply. Looks like I won't be able to talk to her. Sorry. Looks like I won't be able to talk her into it in just one day. Anyway, that's how it is. Don't be so formal towards me. I'll be grateful if you tell that to your sister Koaku-san too. Very well, as you say, Shiki-sama. Expressionless, Hisui bows her head. She completely failed to understand. Progress, Shiki. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. I will be leaving now. Please rest now for tonight. Bowing, Hisui puts her hand on the doorknob. Oh, I forgot to ask something. Hold on for a second. Running towards the door, I put my hand on Hisui's shoulder before she leaves. In an instant, Hisui's arm pushes away my arm with incredible momentum. With a whack, she slaps my hand away and leaps back. It's her son, the only thing I can say. Hisui is expressionless, but she glares at me fiercely. Did I just do something wrong? I'm very sorry. She sounds very nervous. I'm not used to being touched. Please forgive me. Hisui's shoulders are faintly trembling. I feel like I just did something really terrible. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize without thinking. I don't understand why myself. I just feel sorry for Hisui and I lower my head. Hisui says nothing. I get the feeling her stare is calm again. You have nothing to apologize for, Shiki-sama. I am the one to blame. No, well, maybe, but I scratch my head. Hisui stares at me, pausing only to blink for a second. What was it you wanted to ask me, Shiki-sama? That's right. I stopped her because I wanted to ask her something. Oh, I want to ask about Akiha. Doesn't she go to a boarding school? That was only during middle school, Shiki-sama. From this year onwards, Akiha-sama has special permission to attend school from home. You mean she goes to school from here? Yes, but it is uncommon for her to come home before dusk like today. Akiha-sama has practice up until dinner, so she is always away from home before 7. Practice what? Today is Thursday, so she would have had violin practice. Usually she is able to return before dinner on weekdays, so if you have anything to say to Akiha-sama, please let Nissan know after dinner. Hisui bows to say goodbye and leaves the room. Violin practice, what on earth is that? She's not some upper-class lady or anything, so why should she have to do something as bothersome as... Oh wait, she is an upper-class lady. It's almost like she lives in a giant mansion. Who could have guessed? Yes, come to think of it, my sister, Tono Akiha, is a natural-born upper-class lady. In my memory, she was always the obedient, ever-uneasy sister who would always follow me around. As a child, Akiha was always quiet, never having even the courage to express her own desires. She was a frail girl who would always live in fear of a scolding from her father. Yeah, people really do change after 8 years. After 8 years, I've become the me I am now. Akiha's become the Akiha of right now, too. 8 years is a long time. It's half of our lives up until now. I was absent from this mansion during that vital period where a child becomes an adult. I'm sorry, Akiha. I think things would have been better if I had been with her during those 8 years. I consciously mumble an apology. Left by myself, I lie on my bed. This house from 8 years ago, my blood relative from 8 years ago. It feels a little like they belong to someone else. Sigh. I wonder what's going to happen to me now. Grumbling to no one in particular, I fall asleep. Woo! I hear the wave-like sound of something's voice. Woo! Something is howling. It's too sharp and high-pitched to be a stray dog. Woo! Gah! It echoes in my eardrum. Is it howling at the moon? Woo! Gah! This doesn't feel right. The beastly howling is beginning to give me a headache. Awooga! Doesn't stop. Awooga! 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 Just shut up already. I wake up. I can hear the sound of a dog barking outside the window. The clock indicates it's just past 11. This is more than just a neighborhood nuisance. Damn, I can't sleep like this. The dog's howling comes from somewhere near the mansion's fence. It doesn't seem like I can get back to sleep at this rate. Even Akiha and the others wouldn't be able to sleep with a racket like this. Since I'm the only man in the house, I guess I've got no choice but to go investigate. Oh, he's gonna get super murdered. I think it's coming from the right side of the mansion. I open the curtains and check what's happening outside, and outside my room is a large tree. On one of the branches is perched a blue crow. In the dark night, I see nothing but black, and yet it's quite clear to me that the crow is blue. I've never seen or even heard of a blue crow before. It glares at me. It feels like the eyes of a crow are staring at me, like soulless mechanical lenses. Quah! Even after a yawn-like cry, it noiselessly flies off. What was that? I can feel a faint chill on my back. The howling of the dogs grows louder. Awooga, awooga, awooga. It's really starting to get on my nerves. Not only is it noisy, but hearing it causes my heart to start pounding. I have an almost instinctual distaste for it. Shut up. I change out of my pajamas into my uniform and leave the room. Don't do it, man. Awooga. The howling. They've started playing ominous music. You know he's gonna get annihilated. That sound is definitely coming from the right-hand side of the mansion. For some reason, my throat feels dry. The high walls stretch their way around the mansion. Clearing my throat, I head towards where the dogs must be gathered. I arrive at where the howling originates, huh? Awooga, awooga. Wait. Oh no, it's starting... Anyways, the howling doesn't stop. There's no signs of any dogs. All there is a person. Under the light from the street light that carves apart the darkness stands a man in a dark coat. The howling is coming from right beside him. There are no dogs to be seen anywhere. The man in the coat is pretty tall. He has a strong-built body and his back is facing me. My throat, so dry. Awoo. Gah. The voice of the dog resounds in my ears. The night air coils itself around my skin. For no apparent reason, I have difficulty breathing and moving as if I'm at the bottom of the sea. Wah! A cry overhead. The long flapping of his wings, Blue Crow lands onto the man's shoulder. Then, suddenly the crow vanishes. Eh? Can it be an illusion? It looks like the crow disappeared into his black coat. The man in the black coat turns around. Oh, no! That's a villain if I've ever seen one. Under the white streetlight, he is just like a shadow, a black lump. In the middle of that lump, only the weapon-like eyes shine out, burning with a fiery intelligence. I can't breathe. But fortunately, those eyes seem like they're not even looking at me. Not here, after all. The man in the black coat leaves. When I can no longer see him, I am finally able to breathe properly. I managed to take a few breaths. I realized the dog's howling has ceased. He survived! Yay! I returned to my room. There was no sign of Kira or the others being awake. I guess I'm the only one who couldn't stand the dog's howling. Ugh. What's happening? My head still hurts. Huh? Why am I trembling? Looking down, my fingers are trembling. My entire body is shaking, and my back feels very cold. It's almost like yes. Ah, you don't think. It's like someone ripped out my spine and replaced it with ice. I feel dizzy. Is it just the usual anemia? I get the feeling of falling towards the floor. On the way, I see something unpleasant. Oh no. Well, even though I'm wearing my glasses, I can still see the lines. Ugh. I didn't see them at all for a long time, so my reaction is magnified. I feel sick. With the dizziness from my anemia, I feel like I'm about to throw up the contents of my stomach. What's going on? I don't understand. Only that as long as my eyes are open, scribbles fly everywhere across my vision. It's a bad dream. Somehow I managed to collapse into bed. Yes, I should sleep. That's the easiest way to deny what I'm seeing. My body doesn't move as I want it to. All I should do is lie here and fall fast asleep like a corpse. Part of me wants to cut this off right now, but another part of me wants to kind of keep going. We'll go a little bit into this day and see what happens. After this, I think I'll cut it off. Sensei told me my eyes could see the points where things could easily be broken. And if that thing were to be a person, then what I would see would be their vital spots. Lines which, if cut, could break something apart without any effort. With those lines, even things as hard as steel could easily be cut. In other words, everything in existence has its destiny of breaking internalized within it. This is something inescapable for anything with a physical form, Shiki. That's what Sensei had said. I was still a child back then. I remember finally understanding what she meant and getting scared. In other words, the world is full of cracks, and it could collapse it in an instant. If there are scribbles all over the ground, there's a possibility that the earth would start breaking apart if I walk over it. When I realized what she meant, I thanked Sensei from the bottom of my heart for the glasses she gave me. I couldn't have gone on living. I had to continue to see the lines all the time. The points where all things could easily be broken. There isn't a single advantage to being able to see them. I don't know, man. There are quite a few advantages. Good morning, I hear an unfamiliar voice. It is morning. It is time for you to awaken, Shiki-sama. Stop calling me Shiki-sama already. I told you yesterday, it sends chills down my back. Oh no. I wake up. The lines are still there. Sui stands far from my bed like a statue. Where am I? Good morning, Shiki-sama. The girl in a maid uniform bounds. Yeah, I came home, right? Push myself up, look around the room. In that instant, I feel sharp pain in my temples. Huh? Are you looking for your glasses? Sui gently hands me my glasses. Phew. I let out a breath. Last night before I went to sleep, I had the feeling I was seeing the lines even with my glasses on. It seems like it was just my imagination. Maybe it's because I slept in an unfamiliar room, but my mind is hazy. Shiki-sama. Sui calls out to me. Shaking my head, I shake away my sleepiness. Good morning, Hisui. Thanks for coming to wake me. There is no need to thank me. It is my duty to come and wake you, Shiki-sama. Hisui gives a plain and completely expressionless response. Even in an unfavorable light, I think Hisui's features are beautiful. It should be wonderful for such a girl to wake me every morning. Hisui never smiles. I don't feel that happy about it. What a shame. Hisui had only had half of Kohaku's brightness. She would be really cute. Do you need something? Realizing I am looking at her, Hisui stares straight back at me. No, nothing at all. Waking up with you here makes me feel like I'm really at the Tono Mansion. Now then. Being off the bed, I stretch out both my arms. Suddenly I realize I'm wearing pajamas. I'm sure that yesterday I thought I slept in my uniform last night. Yes, since it is bad for your health to do so. Nissan changed your clothes and put you to bed afterwards. As if it's something perfectly natural. I see. She changed my clothes. It's true that I could have caught a cold if I had just slept like that. Just the kind of attentive service you expect from me. Hey, wait a minute. I quickly checked my pants and underwear. My pants are brand new pajama pants. Even my underwear is new. How scandalous. Whoops. That pervert Kohaku. I want to say, what the hell did you do? But somehow the words are stuck in my throat. I've got to calm down and think things over for now. You saw a shadow monster last night. This is not the craziest thing to happen to you in the last 24 hours. Let's see, first of all, half the blame belongs to me, and the one who changed me wasn't Hisui, it was her sister, Kohaku-san. It would be wrong to complain to Hisui. Hisui? Yes, what is it? You don't have to do anything uncalled for like this from now on. If you have to, please wake me up. I can change myself, so I'd like to do it, so. My face is a deep red as I say all of this. Suri obediently nods in affirmation. Your uniform is folded and awaits you over there. Please come to the sitting room after you've changed. Damn it, how careless could I be? It was careless of me to begin with when I fell asleep on the bed like that, but to have not woken up while I was being changed is over the top. Usually I would have sensed it, but maybe I was just really tired. Complaining to myself isn't going to change anything. I can't just keep standing here talking to myself like an idiot. Better hurry up and change, then go have breakfast. My school uniform is neatly folded. My shirt is even ironed. Passing my wrist through the sleeves feels good. It's that fresh, brand new feeling. No, there's nothing wrong with being naked, is there? Yep. There was nothing wrong with it. We couldn't help but being embarrassed at the fact that I was being changed by the warmly smiling Kohaku-san. Top things off, the face in the mirror keeps smiling from time to time despite being bright red. Are you really okay, Tonoshiki? No, you're 16 years old and you're going through puberty. There's nothing wrong with you. But simultaneously, everything is wrong with you. It's a feeling every 16-year-old boy understands perfectly. I thought you were supposed to be uneasy about staying here, you amateur. Gia and Kohaku-san are relaxing in the sitting room. Gia is wearing the uniform at Asagami Ladies Academy, a famous school for young girls. They're drinking tea together gracefully, as if breakfast ended a long time ago. I greet both of them, cause I'm not an asshole. Good morning, you two. Good morning, Shiki-san. Wearing a white apron that suits her, Kohaku-san replies with a smile that cannot possibly be any larger. On the other hand, Akiya just casts a glance at me. Good morning. You certainly took your time this morning, Nii-san. She certainly knows how to put a damper on things. Took my time. It's barely past 7. It only takes 30 minutes to get to school from here, so I'm actually up early. So you're saying you're going to finish breakfast in just 10 minutes? You're not some starving dog, so if you're going to eat breakfast, I'd like you to take your time. Akiya's words really do have thorns. I'm not a dog, Akiya. Then I remember. Speaking of dogs, there is what happened last night. Hey, about what happened last night. Does that happen every night? What? Akiya tilts her head slightly in response to my question. I sure hope shadow monsters don't show up every night at this mansion. It'd be a very inconveniencing thing to live. It seems like the point of my question has completely failed to reach her. I'm talking about what happened last night. That noisy woof, 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 woof racket. Even if you hadn't been able to sleep with that going on, right? Nii-san, what are you talking about? What? I'm talking about last night, of course. Around 11 at night. Some stray dogs were barking their heads off. Gio and Kohaku-san exchange looks, and then together they both look at me. It's like they think I'm some sort of nutcase. I can't just let this slip by. Fine, I'm not asking you anymore, Kia. Kohaku-san. It was really noisy last night, wasn't it? Yeah? Was it really? I did think the wind was quite strong, But the only unusual thing I found while looking around late at night was you sleeping in your uniform on top of your bed. Ah, yes. I'll be more careful from now on. What? What happened, Kohaku? Oh, nothing in particular. She just kind of stripped him. She just happened to... But just has bad sleeping posture, that's all. Kohaku-san dodges Akia's question with a smile. Come to think of it, Kohaku-san is calling me Shiki-san now. Seems like Hisui passed on my message from last night. Are you sure neither of you have noticed? Those dogs were barking for about 30 minutes straight last night. Woof, 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 woof. If that isn't noisy, I don't know what is. It really was a woof woof pang, was it? Somehow I get the feeling Kohaku-san has missed the point. Well, that's basically how it was. I don't remember anything like that. You don't either, do you, Kohaku? No, I don't. Sorry, Shiki-san. There wasn't anything particularly like that last night that I can remember. Then it's decided. The only possibility left I can think of is that Nissan had a dream about it. Well, now that you mention it, maybe it was a dream, but... You must have had a nightmare because you aren't used to the mansion yet, Nissan. Oh, I know that what. If that stray dog barks again tonight, perhaps we shall start keeping an extra vicious guard dog here. A malicious giggle comes out of Akia. I am now out of time, so please excuse me, Nissan. Please do take care not to get attacked by any dogs on your way to school. Kia leaves the sitting room. Kohaku leaves to escort her to the doorway. Now seems like a good time to come to a conclusion. Given what's happened from last night up until now, it's a no-brainer to work out for some reason. Akia really, really hates me. I leave for the lobby after I eat breakfast. I eat the breakfast Kohaku-san made for me. Sui's in the lobby waiting with my bag. Will there be enough time, Shiki-sama? Yeah, it's not even 20 minutes to school from here if I run. It's 7:30 now, so I could make it even if I take the long way. Satisfied with my explanation, Hisui nods. Very well, I will escort you out. Yes. Thanks. It's a terribly embarrassing thing to have a personal servant. Shiki-san, please wait. The padding footstep, Kohaku-san runs down from the second floor. Hisui steps back and falls silent as Kohaku-san approaches. Huh? Aren't you with Akia? Lady Akia goes to school by car. Since I had something to give you this morning, I stayed behind. Something to give me? Yes. This came from the Urima family yesterday. Kohaku-san smiles. Huh? I have all my luggage already. The things I used while I was at the Urima's house all belong to them, so all I've got are my own clothes. Really? This was sent here nonetheless. Kohaku-san and hands me a thin wooden box, perhaps 20 centimeters long. It's not heavy at all. Kohaku-san, I've never seen this before, though apparently it was left to you by your departed father. It was to be given to you in the will. By my old man? I can't feel anything about it. What's the old man who expelled me from this mansion 8 years ago doing, leaving me things? Oh well, Kohaku-san, please take it to my room for me. Kohaku-san is staring intently at the wooden box. She seems almost like a child who wants a toy. Stare. No, she is a child. I get it. You want to know what's inside, right? Oh no, not at all. I merely wondered for a moment. Like I said, you do wonder what's inside. Alright, let's open it. 1, 2, 3. With a dry sound, the wooden box opens. Inside there's a 10-centimeter bar of thin iron. It's an iron bar. Undecorated and worn, it has finger marks all over it. The old man must have really hated me to leave me a piece of junk like this. No, Shiki-san. It's a fruit knife. Kohaku-san takes the iron bar out of the box. See, isn't it one of those folding knives? 1, 2, 3. With a pachink, a 10-centimeter blade pops out from the bar. I see. It certainly is a knife. It's old, but it seems pretty solid. The year and the era it was made is written on the back. Kohaku-san replaces the blade and hands over the knife. Certainly, there's a number written on the grip. The character 7 and under it the character 9. Nissan, there is no era by that name. It just says Nanatsu Yoru. Surprised, I turn around. Hisui, who had been silent until now, was looking at the knife over my shoulder. You surprised me, Hisui, you should say something. You don't have to look over my shoulder like that, you know? If you want to see it, I'll show it to you. Ah, Hisui's cheeks suddenly become a little redder. Please excuse me. That knife is so beautiful that I could not help myself. Beautiful? You really think it's beautiful? It looks kind of beat up to me. Not at all. The tempering of the blade is masterful. I think it is a knife with its own proper history. Really? Looks to me like a piece of junk, but since Hisui seems convinced, I begin to feel the same thing. In his own way, I guess it's not just a bad inheritance. 7 nuts. Maybe that's the name of the fruit knife. Maybe, though, I can't imagine him naming a knife like that. Whatever the case may be, it's obvious that it's antique. Well, in any case, I believe in taking what's given to me. Place the blade and put the knife in my trouser pocket. Shiki-sama, have you enough time? I have to get going. Well, Kawaki-san, thanks for the delivery. You're welcome. Kawaki-san smiles and waves. Leaving the doorway, I pass through the garden. As I pass out the mansion gates, I sense a commotion. What's going on? Sounds like something happening on the right side of the mansion. I heard that someone found bloodstains on the road east of the mansion. Bloodstains? You mean leftover blood? Yes. There was blood on the mansion fence, too. Police came to inquire about what happened last night while you were sleeping, Shiki-sama. Does that mean someone died? I knew it! Somebody was gonna die. It wasn't Shiki, but someone did die. That's what happens when shadow monsters appear. People tend to die. No, all that had been found are the bloodstains. East side of the mansion. That's where all the man in black coat was last night. Bloodstains. Traces of blood. Come to think of it, I get the feeling I saw something red. Shiki-sama? No, it's nothing. Shaking my head, I shake off the bad images. I'll be going now. Thanks for seeing me off, Hisui. Goodbye. Please take care on the way. Well, thanks. You take care too, Hisui. It's only right to repay good intentions with good intentions. With an energetic wave of my hand at Hisui, I open the gates of the mansion behind. I walk along the unfamiliar streets. Up until now, I had been going to school from the Arima house. It was the first time I've taken this route to school. It's only the path I'm taking that's different. But I feel like I'm going to a new school. There doesn't seem to be a lot of students from my school around. Apparently, there are not many who live around here. 7:30 in the morning. You can't see anyone running along the streets in a school uniform except me. The business district is a rush of activity. As usual, the scene is one of suited firm employees gearing themselves up for today's battle. No, it isn't quite the same as usual. For the last few days, the atmosphere has been a little heavier in this town. It's probably due to the serial killings. There are less people in the streets in the evening too now. You better cut down on the hanging out at night, Arihiko. The face of my bad friend drifts into my mind. He'd be the sort of carrying out hanging at night regardless of the atmosphere in town. Well, it's not like he's going to listen to a word I say anyway. You should see some people in school uniforms intermingled with the crowd. There are only about 10 minutes until the school gates close. I dash along the asphalt street so I won't be late. I arrive. Seems like it took 20 minutes rather than 30 from the mansion. I'll need to leave around 7 if I want to go slowly, since I ran several times on the way. Classroom just minutes before homeroom. It's full of commotion. Scattered all over the classroom are my classmates, intent on talking until the teacher arrives. It's like a festival in here, even though there's only a few minutes left. I ease my way through to my seat next to the window. Then, yo, you're late, Tono. Stark contrast to the otherwise pleasant classroom, there is someone waiting with a big grin on his face. In addition, good morning, Tono-kun. He's accompanied by someone very unexpected. Senpai, why are you in our classroom? I point to Ciel, Senpai, like I'm looking at a ghost. Huh? Is it so unusual? I was just wondering if you were in class, so I decided to come to see you, Tono-kun. Unusual, the seniors never come to the junior classrooms. There's all sorts of reasons, but the biggest one is they're just too far apart. Oh, I see. Senpai nods with a serious face. You don't have to worry about that. Despite my appearance, I'm a fast runner. It takes me less than a minute to get to my classroom downstairs from here. Senpai emphasizes her point. Guess she's just not the kind of person who cares what other people think. Quit whining, Tono. What's wrong with it anyway? Senpai's here just because she wants to be. Arihiko, being Arihiko, plunks himself down on my desk and starts up a merry conversation with Senpai. I don't mind, but you ought to get back to class 2 minutes before our homeroom starts, Senpai. I feel tired for some reason. Sighing, I sit down. Yuri-kun, it seems Tono-kun is feeling down. Yeah, he's probably feeling irritable because he's not used to his life after moving. Tono doesn't mind most things, but he's got a bad habit of throwing a fit when faced with things he doesn't understand. Really? Tono-kun doesn't look like the type to get angry. Nope, that's not true. Tono, you see, is usually pretty mature. When he encounters something he doesn't understand, kaboom. Huh, kaboom, is it? Yep. You'll change your opinion once you see him lose it, so you can't trust him like that, Senpai. The two of them whisper to each other. Hey, listen. If you're going to talk privately, do you mind doing it in the hallway? I can hear every word you're saying when you do it on my desk, so there's no real point to it. What? You could hear us? It's like me when I try to whisper. It's just speaking, but lower, so it's not actually whispering, and everyone can hear what I'm saying. Arika gives an exaggerated reaction of surprise. No one could say angry after being hit with an act like that. Senpai puts her hands to her mouth, and I can't tell how serious she is. If it's Senpai, she might have actually intended to talk privately. That's terrible, Tono. Listening in on the lovey-dovey private conversation between Senpai and me. You got some nasty habits. Arihiko points at me. Are you trying to pick a fight with me, Arihiko? Actually, please do. Right now, I'm more than willing. Arihiko shakes his head. Of course not. You're my dear friend, right? I exchange fists with even my parents, but I have a policy of not fighting with my friends. I'm the very model of chivalry. That's amazing. I guess chivalrous people could punch their parents in the world. That's inside his head. I see. That's pretty rotten policy. You're ready to be depressed, but deep down you're the same Tono as always. Damn, I had nothing to worry about after all. Arihiko hits me a couple of times in the back. Arihiko, were you worried about me just then? Don't ask me trivial stuff like that, you dumbass. It's only good if you do it without you noticing. Arihiko hits my back some more. We've been friends for a long time, so I still can't get a hold on this guy's personality. Size your new house, pretty heavy and stressful by the looks of it. Can't really say. I had a dream last night and the people at my house gave me the cold shoulder. I see. Sounds rough. Arihiko nods with a difficult expression. And Senpai is silent, staring at us while we have our our trivial conversation. Senpai? Tono-kun, you really do get on well with Nui-kun. Are you serious, Senpai? You must need thicker glasses if that's what you think after seeing what just happened. Not at all, Tono-kun. You look really relaxed when you're with Inui-kun. You're really open and trust him a lot. Senpai smiles happily for some reason. Arihiko and I exchange looks and tilt our heads. Oh, I'm so envious. I really admire how your friendship allows such understanding without you getting worried over each other. Is she a Fujoshi or whatever it's called? Senpai is impressed. Really? Rika and I exchange looks and raise our eyebrows. That's right. It's just that you two don't realize it. But maybe it'll end if you do. If that's the case, it'd be best if you two just remained as you are. Yes, truly a miraculous balance. Well, I guess you could say our relationship is a miraculous tightrope. Haruko nods in agreement. I guess that's one point we perfectly agree on. It's almost time. I'll be going now. Did you watch the news this morning, Tono-kun? No, the house I moved to doesn't have a television, so I can't watch the morning news. Is that so? Well, I'll just ask you straight out then. There's a big mansion on today's morning news. Is that where you live? The morning news? Now that she mentions it, Hizui said the police came to talk. Yeah, that must be my house. How the police came this morning to ask us questions. Is that so? You mustn't be out playing late at night, Tono-kun. Senpai leaves quickly. I watch her silently, and... Tono, what? I'm not listening to any more of your trivial garbage. It's not trivial. It's given me a big problem. You've become so familiar with Senpai that she even comes here to see you. Haruko stares at me gravely. Well, I don't know anything about it. I've only started talking to her recently. Maybe she just came here on a whim today. And come to think of it, aren't you pretty familiar with her too? No way, man. It's taken me 7 days to get her to remember my name. Oh, that's unusual. Wasn't it your policy not to deal with the girls you can't pick up in a day because they're too much trouble? That's for normal girl, but Senpai, it's different. I've kept it a secret all this time, but actually you like senior girls who look good with glasses on, don't you? Ugh, Haruko's face turns red. You knew all along, my dear friend. Yeah, I knew. We're friends after all. We get along and we've got the same interests. I see. You can understand how good Senpai is too, can't you? Hey, wait. Yeah, like I said, we've got similar interests, right? That's why we're into the same type of woman. Haruko nods in agreement and heads back towards his own seat. I guess it was a short friendship, Tono. Yeah, exactly right. I wave Haruko off. The teacher comes in at about the same time. The morning lessons are over. It's lunch break and Haruko has gone ahead to the classroom. Now where should I have my lunch? Okay, people. Where do you think I should go? We got the classroom, the cafeteria, and the tea ceremony room. I'm thinking the tea ceremony room. But I'm willing to hear other. Well, it seems like our only contributor has agreed on the tea ceremony room. Let's go! I guess I'll go take a look at the tea ceremony room. I'm sure Senpai said something yesterday after class about having lunch there. If Senpai is there, maybe I can talk with her while having lunch. Most importantly, I enjoy having lunch with Senpai, and I'm worried about the news story from this morning. Alright? Gotta strike while the iron's hot and all. I head off to the tea ceremony room before Haruko notices my plan. I knock on the tea ceremony room door. After a brief wait, the door creaks open and Senpai pokes out her head. Huh? Tono-kun? Puzzled, Senpai tilts her head. She doesn't seem annoyed, but it seems like she really doesn't understand why I came here. Would you like to have lunch together, Senpai? Pointing out the bread I purchased at the cafeteria, I tell her why I'm here. Lunch? I'm happy to hear you ask me, but... Senpai thinks over it, looking troubled. Things don't look good. Seems Senpai isn't very interested. Yes, I've got no choice. I've decided to employ a little strategy. I have curry bread. Yeah? Senpai's face becomes bright red and cheerful. I had a feeling about this from yesterday's lunch, but I'm amused at her reaction. I'll give you this as thanks for yesterday's lunch, so why don't we eat together? Yes, please. I've just put the tea on. Senpai hastily vanishes inside, following her into the tea ceremony room. As I enter, it becomes obvious why Senpai was hesitant back then. On top of the tatami mat is an already empty lunchbox. Seems like Senpai has long since finished eating her lunch. Stone-kun, would you like green or English tea? Yeah? Green tea, please. More importantly, have you already finished lunch, senpai? Yes, just a little while ago. I slept in this morning, so I didn't have any breakfast and I was hungry all morning. It was terrible, I see. Well, you don't have to force yourself to accompany me. Sorry for intruding on you. I'll eat in my classroom, so please take your time relaxing. Growing a bit tired. Yeah? You mean you're not going to give me any bread? Senpai's heart seems to resound from the bottom of her heart. No, I mean you must be full, right, Senpai? Not at all. I'm hungry. It doesn't appear she's just saying this to make me feel better. Really? Well, I'll be intruding then. Is this really okay with you, Senpai? The bread from our cafeteria really has volume, you know. No need to worry. If it's food I like, then I can eat limitless amounts of it. A bashful smile is almost probably not from shyness, but from anticipation of the curry bread. She is a woman of many mysteries. Someone who could be so happy over one curry bread in this day and age could be quite precious. You'd be so lucky to have a woman that enjoys food. Senpai eats one while I have two. Oh, and we have tea afterwards. Kneeling on top of the mat, Senpai and I casually sip our tea. It would have been great if it wasn't during lunchtime at school, but that's life. How's your new house, Tonokun? Seems something terrible happened this morning. Oh. Seems I really am getting sleepy. Let's see. Oh, and we're almost nearing the 2-hour mark. Well, the inside of the house is really fancy. There are these really noisy stray dogs at night. I guess it's also bad that there's no TV and no Japanese-style rooms, so there's nowhere to drink tea like this. What, a stray dog? You mean what happened to your house wasn't relating to the serial killings? I don't really know. There's this really high wall all the way around the mansion, and they say they found bloodstains there. But listen, that's where I saw the stray dog last night. I couldn't say it. Well, anyway, it's got nothing to do with us. Let's stop talking about unpleasant topics now that we've finally got an opportunity to relax. Not at all. We're residents of this town, so I think the killings do have something to do with us. Holding your cup in one hand. Wow, I really am yawning a lot. Senpai casts a serious gaze towards me. Yeah, I guess that's true, but you'll be okay if you don't go walking in the streets late at night, won't you? There's been 8 people killed so far already, right? That many victims, the police ought to catch the guy any day now. Geez, Shiki-kun. You don't have any sense of danger, do you? The newscaster have been saying the same thing since the 3rd victim was found, but they haven't caught him yet, haven't? Well, that's true. It's just that I can't really relate to it when they viewed it such a stupid caption like the modern-day vampire. I'm sorry. I really did take it too lightly. We live in this town, so we've got to be careful, right? Yes. I'm glad you understand. Senpai smiles in a satisfied manner. But Senpai, why are they calling him a vampire anyway? Well, the blood was drained from all the bodies, right? Isn't that kind of like a vampire? You really think so? Isn't it said you become a vampire yourself once a vampire sucks your blood? These victims are all dead, with the corpses to prove it, so they don't really have to go calling him a vampire. Senpai laughs and nods. Do you believe in things like vampires, Tonokun? Hey now, I'm just saying that's how the news is presenting it. If there really were vampires, there wouldn't be any dead bodies left, just like I said earlier. Yes, you're right. But can't you think of it like this? People who were found dead died because they couldn't become vampires. There are actually people who can and can't become vampires, and those who can become vampires wouldn't show up as dead bodies after being attacked by one. I think this is gonna be a plot point. I don't know why. I just feel like it's gonna be one. Because they're still alive somewhere. That's what you'd call a horror story, Senpai. Yes, exactly. I'm sorry to say there's no punchline. Laughing, Senpai sips from her cup. While we're having a rambling conversation, lunchtime ends. Fifth period. Feeling sleepy at the classics lecture, my gaze drifts outside the window. Hey, I'm also sleepy, and a crow is perched on the classroom veranda. Not the blue crow from last night, but just an ordinary black one. With its black eyes, the crow stares inside the classroom through the glass window. Sure that it's unusual for a bird to perch there, but it's not like it's some major event. Ah, suddenly it comes to me. My vision gradually goes white as my sense of balance goes crazy. I feel the vision sways. It feels like something is building up in the back of my head and my brain feels heavy. Crap. I know this feeling. It's the precursor to an anemia attack. The blood that's been building up inside my blood vessels in my brain forms black clots and slushes around inside my head, causing my vision to go black. If I had to describe it, I would say it feels like darkness is pushing from my brain outwards towards my eyes. This is bad. I don't usually collapse in the middle of class, but fumbling in the world of darkness, I blindly use my desk for support. And that becomes useless. I can't put any strength into my fingers. All I can do now is fall towards the floor. Excuse me, sensei. And something hits me roughly on the back. Toner's looking pretty bad, so I'd like to take him to the infirmary. Arihiko? At some point, Arihiko had come to me. This is the best character in the game. I don't care what you say. Everyone else has either been obtuse or an asshole. This man's just a bro. He's a great guy. And he deserves all the bitches in the world. Are you really feeling bad, Tono? I can't hear the teacher's voice from his lecture. No, I think it'll be fun. Man, he's totally out of it. Wouldn't it be better for him to leave early? Arihiko makes this outrageous proclamation loudly. I see. If you say so, there's no mistake about it. I've already heard about Tono's tales from Kunifuji-sensei. Tono, if you're not well, you may go rest in the infirmary or leave early. Sheesh. I don't know what's with him. Seems the classic tutor has complete trust in what Arihiko says. Come on, you can go now. Your face is pale and all, but no one's going to know you're feeling bad until you tell them, you know? Arihiko hits me in the back grumpily. I'll be leaving early then, sensei. The classics teacher nods solemnly. Sorry about making you worry needlessly, Arihiko. Don't worry about it. We've been inseparable since middle school. I can tell when you're about to collapse from anemia. What an amazing friend. Arihiko heads back towards his own seat. Expressing my thanks with a look, I drag my leaden body out of class. I leave school. It would have been better to go lie down in the infirmary, but at this hour, it'd be after school by the time I wake up. That being the case, I decided I'd better go lie back down at the mansion, even if it means pushing myself. Phew. I think I'm feeling a little better. I breathe in the outside air and feel a little rejuvenated. Sheesh. I'm surprised at my own body. 8 years ago, the price of recovering from that near-fatal injury was becoming prone to sudden anemia. When I first left the hospital, it would happen at least once a day. Collapsing from dizziness became a daily routine for me. After some time, probably because my body had grown, the spontaneous dizziness and anemia became rarer. But from time to time, and things still trigger dizzy fits and I still lose consciousness. Today I was lucky that Arihiko caught me. Usually I wind up passing out on the floor, sigh. Taking a slow and deep breath, I draw fresh air into my lungs. I can feel the blood pooled around the center of my head beginning to swirl around again. So I head away from the school. I veer onto the main street. Once I get through here and leave the residential district, it's a direct path to the Tono mansion. Ah, crap. Looks like I haven't fully recovered yet. Putting my hand to my forehead, I realize it's hotter than usual. I'm not going to do myself any good by pushing myself here until I collapse along the side of the road. I guess there's no helping it. Disgusted with myself, I lean on the guardrail. I'll rest for a bit until I manage to calm down. I don't have much to do, so I just stare idly around the street. It's just past noon on a weekday, but the street is filled with passersby. Crowds of walking people, nameless people without personalities walk straight ahead, without even casting a glance at people walking besides them. Even though there are so many people here together in this crowd, in this same space, they only see one thing. Everyone is their own main character, so they only live the day from their perspective. And so without really interacting with anyone else, they each end the day by themselves. In a way, you could say it's a very lonely thing. I begin to think melancholy thoughts, perhaps a result of my fever. Guess I'll go home now. I feel calmer, and all I'm doing here is wasting my time with pointless thoughts. Getting up from the guardrail, I resume heading home to the mansion so I can rest. That is until I see her. Casually. All I did was casually cast my gaze into the crowd, but my vision freezes. Thump. Golden hair and red eyes. It's me! Look! Guys, it's me! Golden hair, red eyes, white sweater. Look, it's me! Her clothes are white, as if they are a symbol of herself. Thump. My pulse races. My veins and arteries spring into action. My nerves split, one after another. My spinal cord goes berserk, as if it's about to leap out of my back. Thump. The girl walking in the crowd is just beautiful. The distant dizziness comes back to me. My consciousness swims, falling. Thump. I can't breathe. My fingertips tremble. The blood isn't reaching them. My whole body freezes cold like I'm freezing to death. Thump. My heart beats in a rush, urging me to hurry up. I can't stand it. No, I can stand it no longer, and unintended words escape my mouth. I can't think. My brain tells me only one word. Thump. Just one word repeating in my brain. Her. That girl. I'm going to. Wheeze, wheeze, wheeze. I feel sick. I can't breathe. It hurts to breathe. For some reason, I can't remember how to breathe properly. Wheeze, wheeze, wheeze. My throat is burning. My eyes are about to burst. My palms are soaked. I feel so cold, but I'm drenched in sweat. Pant, pant, pant. I have to follow her. I have to follow that girl. Chase her, chase after her, and talk to her. My frozen feet begin to move. My breathing is ragged, like that of a beast. I chase after the girl in white. Pant, pant, pant. The girl walks slowly. She doesn't realize I'm following her. If I run after her now, I can talk to her, and ask her name. Ask her name? Who am I kidding? I know very well that's not what I want to do. I know, but I don't know. It looks like I want to do something else, but I can't precisely put what I want to do into words. The inside of my head is misted over like a rain cloud. My throat is hot. I can't breathe. But so what? It's only natural, right? I've just seen that great woman. It would be impolite not to get in sight, wouldn't it? Stop her and ask her name? Ha, give me a break. I'm not a kid after all. I don't fully understand it, but there is only one thing I must do. I walk with my hands in my pockets. My fingers feel steel. How fortunate. The tools are all here. She walks. I leave plenty of room between us, so she won't notice, so the other people around us won't suspect. She and I are complete strangers. That's why I have to do my best to make following her look natural. She walks into an apartment building. I don't go in yet, but instead watch from outside. She takes the elevator up. The elevator stops at the 6th floor. I check the common mailbox on the 1st floor. There are 5 mailboxes for the 6th floor. I touch one of them and feel a sharp sensation. I smell it. There's no mistake. Her room is the 3rd one on the 6th floor. I enter the elevator and press 6. This is starting to feel like he's the horror villain. I'm excited. I grip the knife in my pocket tightly while in the small elevator. She's very close by. Just a little more and I can... Her. Just thinking about it makes me feel ecstatic. My whole body feels like a sexual organ just before climax. I get off the elevator. The 6th floor corridor is empty. This is good. Quickly, quickly. I want to do it. I arrive in front of room 3. I'm about to press the doorbell when I stop. These glasses are in the way. I can't do what I've come to do with them on. It's a promise, Shiki. You should never cut those lines thoughtlessly. Long ago, a woman once told me such things. But right now, neither her name nor her face come to mind. Slowly, I remove the glasses. I can see the black lines, not just them. Has something happened to my eyes? Apart from those abominable lines, I can see points like black holes, countless numbers of them. I don't know myself what I'm trying to do. Oh, oh. Why I'm trying to do this. What does Tonoshiki want to do with that girl? I don't know. Still not knowing, I push the doorbell. Yes? I hear the voice behind the door, and the door opens a crack. In that instant, I slip through it. Eh? The girl says. No, she tries to say. She will never get to finish what she was trying to say, because I cut her apart before she could. In that instant, I slip through the door. Not taking even a second, I draw my knife across the lines running throughout the girl's body. Stabbing, slashing, piercing, driving, splitting into pieces. Completely and utterly, I kill her. The black lines divide her into 17 pieces, through the neck, back of the head, from the right eye to the lips, upper right arm, lower right arm, right ring finger, left elbow, left thumb, left middle finger, left breast, from the rib to the heart, from the stomach to the abdomen in 2 places, left groin, left thigh, left leg, left toe, all of them. As I pass by her, not even taking a second, truly in an instant, entirely, I dismantle her into 17 pieces of meat. Okay? I can hear an incredibly dumb-sounding voice. It doesn't feel like the voice is coming from my own throat. Dizziness? The minced pieces of the girl lie before my eyes. Red blood all over the wooden floor like an overturned bucket of water. There's this choking scent of blood. The cuts are very clean, so her insides don't spill out. Only the color of red goes across the ground. Strange. There is nothing in the room. Nothing but the girl's scattered limbs and me, standing there dumbfounded. What? A sea of red blood is spreading across the floor. In my hands, I grip my knife, the murder weapon. She's dead. Of course she is. She wouldn't be human if she was alive. Why? There's nothing to ask. I just did with my own hands. With my own hands, cleanly and instantly, I cut apart this girl I don't even know. I killed her? Yes, there's no mistaking it. Or am I mistaken? There's no reason me to do such a thing. That's why it's a mistake. It has to be a mistake. But I had no reason from the start. That's why it's a mistake. It has to be a mistake. The red blood flows all over the floor. Slowly, the dark red stain creeps around my feet. Surprised, I lift my shoe, but I'm too late. Like coal tar, her blood makes a thread connecting the pool on the floor and my foot. It's red blood, the color I hate, still flowing even now. All because I cut her apart. It wasn't me. Yes, it has to be a mistake. A mistake. A mistake. Probably a mistake. Definitely a mistake. This is. Do you acknowledge the reality? Or do you not? Yeah, I agree with you. We acknowledge it as reality. But just what is wrong about it? Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. I killed her. Is that fact wrong? I didn't kill her. Is that fact wrong? No, all that's totally wrong. That's wrong, wrong, wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. 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 No, that is wrong. I'm saying it's wrong. It can't be. Just can't be. Wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. I don't know her. She's just some stranger I saw walking down the street, see? Isn't that strange to you, Shiki? She's a complete stranger. Why would I have to kill her? There's no answer to my screams besides the reason is clear. From the moment I saw her, I could only think of one thing. Yes, Tonoshiki wanted to kill that girl. That's what I wanted to do back then. Just that. It was so muddy inside my head, I didn't put it into words. Wrong. I feel like throwing up. Ugh. The contents of my stomach rise. The crimson is soaking into my eyeballs. I dash out. I don't think for even a moment about how I might be seen or to hide the body. I just want to escape from here. Half crazed, I flee from the unfamiliar apartment. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it here. For a moment, I thought this was going to be pretty boring, but that scene just convinced me this is going to be an amazing novel. Anyways. Well, if you want to see this cliffhanger get its conclusion, you can always come to my future stream, Saguaro. Just saying. But yeah, wherever you are, good morning, afternoon, evening, night, uh, I wish you well, and I love you guys. Bye bye.